here. I know everybody's like, she needs no introduction, but author of Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, recently made into a major motion picture and a box office smash. New York Times bestseller, international bestseller, Veronica Roth! I saw Alice Walker once say that her characters just walk into the room, basically, and start talking to her.
That would be nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen to you?
No.
Sort of relieved?
No, Tris started with a voice. It was basically, I had this quote that I really liked from the play Agamemnon, and it's, "My will is mine, I will not make it soft for you." And I wanted the kind of character who could deliver that line, even though she doesn't, obviously, because it's a very hard, direct way of speaking. And also the sentiment behind it is sort of true to Tris, I would say. So that was where she began, only with her voice. And then I wrote the fear landscapes, all of the, the simulated nightmare realities. I wrote those almost, I think, second of all the scenes in the book. I wrote
What came first?
What came first is the beginning, actually.
Oh, well, that works well.
I did the beginning, and then just the first scene, and then the jump into the Dauntless compound, and then the fear landscapes, and then the Tris and 4 stuff, and then I filled in all the gaps.
What about the fear landscapes? Are any of your fears in there?
I'm afraid of everything, so I feel like it would be. No, really though, I am really afraid of heights. Not in a way that I need treatment for, thankfully, but I think it made it easier to write Tris's not being afraid of heights, because you can still create. If you're terrified of heights, you can always feel what it's like to be up high in your mind, and you can put it on the page. So, when she's looming over the side of the Hancock building, hanging from a sling, I was like, oh God. So it was easier to put on the page.
Was there a message? Is there a message you wish that people would take away from the series, or was there a message in your mind when you wrote?
I find it very odd that people expect, I guess I don't find it odd, I guess I understand, but I don't like it, that people think that because it's YA, it should have a message more than other books, because I think the opposite is actually true. Because when I look at the young people that I get to interact with on a daily basis, I think the last thing that you need is for me to stand over you with this message, shaking my finger and telling you what to believe, because it's actually scary to think of people who are still forming themselves and to be someone who's I'm going to teach you how to live. That's...
Which is kind of a big theme in the book, actually,
yeah,
is people being we know the right way.
Yeah,
this is how it's going to work.
For me to sit there at 22 years old or 21 when I wrote this book and to say, I know what you should think about life. It's no, I don't know what you should think about life. You should figure out what you think about life. And hopefully books will help you to ask yourself questions and to guide yourself to figure out what you think. But I would never want to be the one saying, this is it, this is the definitive lesson.